Hello, it's Melinda from Alexis and Melinda's Art Space. Thought I have a few free hours. Oh, sorry about the wiggling camera. I've got a few hours free, so I decided to film some videos for you. I was watching the other day, Scrappy Sister. It's a couple of Aussie sisters that do scrapbooking, and they did a top 10 layout show and tell, basically. And I thought, oh, that's a great idea. I haven't done much scrapbooking this year, I've mainly art journaled. So I thought I'd recap on my top 10 art journal pages and show you. Most of them have process videos, there's a couple that don't. Any process videos I will hopefully link below. So the first one was in my mixed media journal, which I must admit I've only done one page in. I must do some more in it. That's another video coming up, actually, looking at all my journals I have currently going and having a bit of a discussion. So they're not in any particular order, I just went through and marked the journals. So this is one of my top 10 layouts for 2017. This one come together really well. Sometimes I struggle with art journal layouts, sometimes it just works, sometimes I'll sit there and it just looks like a dog's breakfast. But this one I actually enjoyed. Started with a frog and then just built around it, and I just love it. It's very cute. I would love to photograph this really nicely and turn it into some postcards to send out with some happy mail and things, so I may end up doing that with that one. So that's the only page I've done in my big mixed media art journal that I made myself, and there is a video on that. So next is, I work in all altered books at the moment. I don't actually have a correct or a non-altered book art journal. So this one's my Lion altered art journal. This one's a nice size, so it's about an A4 size going, I always get horizontal and vertically wrong, going landscape way, I'll call it landscape. So this one doesn't have a process video. I was fooling around with a face of a witch when my daughter and I were crafting, and fooling around with watercolours, so trying to get a lot of movement in the hair. And I really like, even though the face is not the best, I really like it. I love the hair. The hair is just gorgeous. So this is just done on a lightly gesso page. I sketched it out first, then went over it with watercolours, and trying to do a bit more shading with watercolours, even though this is not correct watercolour paper. And then the movement in the hair is the main thing I wanted to get done. So that was one that doesn't have a process video, unfortunately. I marked anything else in the book? No. So the next one is out of my wine book. Now my wine book has actually gone into two pieces, and it's about double the size. About 1.5 times the size it was originally. By the time I finish, it's probably going to be about double the book size. And it's blown its cover. So this is possibly my favourite layout favourite art journal page from 2017. It was a mission inspiration challenge. Was it? I think it was. It's either a mission or I'm sure it was a mission inspiration. I should mark on them, shouldn't I? But I finger painted the eye, and I just had so much fun finger painting, and did the eyelashes with a fork, and I just loved the finger painting. It was just so relaxing and so nice. I must do more of that. So that's that one. What else have we marked in? Oh, nothing else in this book. Okay, no, I do apologise. There is a couple at the back. So this one, again, there's no process video on. There is a process video on the eye. This one I'm not sure whether I'm finished with, but I'm happy with it so far. This was done out of an online lesson or online class. The embellishments were done and the background was done as it was a free online class for a weekend, and I only got a couple of lessons done because it got released American time, which was like our 2 o'clock in the morning. But I just love how that come together. Wanting to get more free and more expressive, I suppose, is one way to put it. I'm not sure what the word is I'm looking for. A lot of my art journal pages seem very regimented and very, you'll see a few more in a minute, I don't know, precise. So this one's more free and flowing, and again, I love the paint. I did that for my finger as well, so that was really cool. I'm really into finger painting at the moment. I sound like a 5-year-old. So this one, by the time this video goes up, there will be a process video of this one on my scrapbooking and craft channel. This I just love. I've got quite a few layouts like this where there's lots and lots and lots of pieces. So each of these feathers here are hand cut stamped images. So these are a couple of stamps I designed, and the stencil in the background is one for my website as well. But I just love this page. Again, I would love to photograph this page and maybe change it into a postcard, because we've got the bend in the book. I'm not sure how that's going to go. It's very glossy too. I need to give it a coat of shoe polish to take the glossiness off so it won't stick together. But I love that. This is a photocopy from a magazine, and then I made all the back feathers, and I'm in love with this page. It's just gorgeous. So you'll notice a couple more of the pages that I show you at the moment are very heavily small pieces of paper stuck. Where did this piece come from? I've got to go through and wax my pages in here. I don't know where they come from now. Don't know. Doesn't matter. Okay, so this is the first half of my wine book. What page did I mark in here? Oh, I marked a couple in here. So this is the first one. So again, this page is heavily lots of pieces of paper collaged together. So all the birds are hand drawn by me and blown up on the computer. These are actually some waste ones from another project, because I hand sketched these and they're inspired by Tim Holt's Angry Birds. And hand sketched my version of them and then photocopied them to get them bigger for another project, and I kept getting half them on the photocopier because my photocopier and I have issues when I go to enlarge things. I forget where to put the book and I put it half, and so I thought, what am I going to do with these half birds? And I just worked on this page, and all these leaves are hand cut as well. So this is very textured, and these are ribbons. So I love the texture on this page. You can run your hand over it. Again, this is a page I have to, I think I have waxed this one. Because it didn't have a piece of wax paper in it. So I love that. Love using the letter stickers as well. This year I probably want to use a bit more of my handwriting, but my handwriting sucks, so maybe not. But I love sitting here and cutting out all these little pages. These are again from gel prints. I love the texture that gives to your work. What else have we got in here? Oh, this is another one that has loads of paper cutouts. So this again was a mission or a challenge. The face is one of my stencils that I drew through, and then I hand drew all these, or hand drew some of them. These ones were different ones to the birds in my sketchbook, and photocopied it several times and cut it out and put it all together. There is a process video for this one, so I will try and link it below. But I love to sit and cut and have multiple pieces going on in the page. So, last one but not least is actually my sewing book. Now this whole book was inspired by Courtney Diaz, the little ink. Basically this style book, all the other 4 journals I've showed you, I start a page and I finish a page in usually one sitting, maybe 2 sittings. This book is different. This book is you just add bits and pieces as you feel like it. Like one day you might just go and stick a whole bunch of paper in it. The next day you might go through and do some drawing. I want to do some more drawing in this book. So what have I marked for here? So this is one of my favourite pages for 2018. So this was done, I believe I got a process video on this as well. I think I do. With the flap again, just adding in bits, scraps of paper, and then I had these moon faces left over from another project, and just quirky little things like butterflies on it as ears. Just getting into the whimsy and the mushroom I hand drew as excess from another project. Some stickers I just wanted to use up. So this book is all about just adding, if I can find a page, adding bits and pieces and then going through and finishing the pages. As you can see, there's quite a few unfinished pages. So I just flip to a page and add something and then go back to it and add something else, or sit there and finish it. This one was done in a few sessions. This one again, no process video on this one, unfortunately. This one is another face. I'm practicing with my face. I like this one a bit better than the witch. Just the facial features are a bit better. I don't like the hair as much. I'd probably go back in and work on the hair. But just sat there one night and just wanted to play. Trying to get better at shading with my faces, hence the dark here and the dark here. I have really basic watercolours, like cheap student quality, so they don't pool and run as much. I'm really wanting to get some nice expensive watercolours one day when my budget allows. So I want to get to do more drawing. I really miss drawing, but I do have to be in the same mood for it. I much prefer to draw cartoons and things than realistic things. It's just what I've always been good at doing. When I was 8 or 10, about Alexis' age, I would take colouring books, and I'd hate to colour in them, but I'd actually go and reproduce or recopy the image and draw it myself. That's much more relaxing to me than trying to colour in. You give me coloured pencils and I will throw them back at you. I'm not very good at colouring in. Hence a lot of these aren't coloured in. I do have a fair few I do need to go and colour, but I'll probably end up painting them. So this is another page. This is a Tisha Moore inspired page. So these few cutouts are a few downloads that I did on the computer. I got off a computer. They're a bit fuzzy because I don't think they were supposed to be enlarged to A4 size, but it doesn't matter in my book. And I love this because it's got the journaling in it. I don't even know what it says. I can't even read my own writing, which is the look I was going for. This cover was out of an old kids pack of cutouts I got. So this book is a lot about using up bits and pieces. Oh, there's another one I've marked as well. Oh, this one. This one I love. So one day I was flipping through my book and it had all these different stitches. So I went through and sort of watercoloured over each of the blocks. And I go, what am I going to do with that now? So then I grabbed some more just bits and pieces, cutouts, printouts. I think there's some more Tisha Moore pages from the internet. This house is a free one from the internet. And see how this is part of a journal page? I want to be able to start photocopying my journal pages and reusing them in my journals. I've seen a few artists do that, and that's really cool. So I thought I would start doing that. So this is another one. It's very graphic. It's very sort of, there's no process video on this one, unfortunately. It's very bold with the black texture and very geometric, which I like. I may go in with a white pen and do some doodling or some scribbling in these black blocks here. But I sort of, yeah, that was what I was feeling that day. So this one, this book I haven't worked in for a while. But I would like to get it finished soon. So thank you for watching my top 10 art journal pages for 2017. So I'll just remark those so I know which ones to link to. So feel free to show me your top 10 for 2017. It could be art journal pages, it could be scrapbook pages, it could be cards. It's nice to see. And as you can see, I've got a varied style. I don't really have a style. That's what I'm sort of wanting to work on as well next year, is my style and what's me. I sort of pick and grab a lot of things from different artists and use them, but I want to sort of see where I go in 2018. Thank you for watching, and I'll link what I can below to process videos, so check those out if you want to, and also link to Scrappy Sisters top 10 scrapbook layouts if you're interested in that, because she got the idea from someone else, so I will pass on the credit. Thank you for watching. Bye for now.